Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Today I want to show you the Touch of Death Spiritborn, which is one of the best, if not the best build of the entire season and one of the strongest builds on the Spiritborn, utilizing the Touch of Death Poison. This build already hit for up to 60 trillion damage on the PTR, and there were some negative bugs with the Gorilla that were infecting it negatively, and we also got key passive buffs as well as Paragon buffs for this build, making it absolutely crazy here in the final patch notes. You see here on the PTR, the Gorilla was giving barrier to the enemies, and the Gorilla was reducing the player's damage. So this all has been fixed, and also there is big buffs here for sapping, for convergence, for revealing, and for Viscous Shield, and all this results in more than double damage for this build. And keep in mind, we already seen some numbers in the hundreds of trillion. There's like a 60 trillion hit here, and this all basically revolves around the swarm here that you can hatch for a 600x multiplier, and then you can combine this with the new Chaos Armors and new Chaos Powers, basically running a crazy multiplier in every slot and playing with like 4 weapons in total here. So the Spiritborn is basically a barb wielding 4 times two-handed weapons to dish out insane damage. I can show you some gameplay right here. And keep in mind, this was the gameplay where the ape was bugged. So in this gameplay here, I was playing with the hunter, and we couldn't even play with the ape, which is probably going to be the best in the end. So I'm going to have different versions here, and you can kind of see this. You just make a pull, and every number here is overpowered. You're basically spending 275 fury every hit, and you're generating it again. And this gives you the Kapeleke bonuses, and it makes these swarms hatch here for trillions, and you can see they're 20 trillion damage. This was just 118 we did on the PTR, but we weren't like super optimized. And again, we're getting about a double buff, so I can see this like clear, probably around 125, maybe even higher in the final game here. There might also be some more double dipping going on. You see the white numbers are also pretty crazy, and the orange numbers, the white numbers are from the Jaguar Hall, and the orange numbers here are basically like in the trillions, blasting down this pack in like the high city. You see they are 20 trillion, and all these numbers are getting more than doubled, and there are multiple of these numbers at the same time, and then plus the Jaguar Hall proc is gonna go completely crazy. I'll show you like the full 118 pit run that we did at the very end, and we'll go over the planner and talk about some of the rotation and some of the mechanics right here. So going back to the planner, we got 3 different versions. There's a starter version here without any Ubers. Then there is the Jaguar version that we were playing in the clip. And then there's also the ape version for the very end, where you're playing with the new Hash-E Kasuguni, which gives you a ton of gorilla skills, and it gives you a 1.6 multiplier. But again, we couldn't play this on the PTR yet. So we're gonna focus first of all on the Jaguar version, which is playing with the hunter basically. And we are rocking the sustained Warcruiser. And the reason that this build is better than most of the core builds, most likely, is because we get all the potency skill tags as well. So in the end, our Touch of Death is gonna have like 8 different tags or something. It's basically gonna have the potency tag, because baseline, it's a potency skill, right? And we're like stacking up all these multipliers. But then there is a rune here that transfers Touch of Death into a core skill. So that is a core skill. And it's also being transferred into a basic skill using the Rod of Kapeleke that normally needs to go on your weapon, but you can now put it like on your boots or anywhere. So you already have potency, core, and basic tags, which basically allows you to unlock so many multipliers. And then baseline, you can see baseline, it's a centipede skill. That's another tag. But then we are using our Jaguar Hall to also make it into a Jaguar skill. And then we are also using the Harmony of Everwacker to also make it into an eagle skill, or if we play gorilla, we're gonna transform it into a gorilla skill. So in the end, man, it's gonna have like basically all the tags, and this is like the craziest stacking of multiplicative damage multipliers that we have seen, I think. And there is also still this Jaguar main hall that might still double dip with some of these multipliers. We don't fully know this yet. We'll have to see in the final game. They did fix some of the worst offenders, which was Mystic Circles, so we're not going to play any Mystic Circles. I think this was not even like a popular playstyle anyways, because like kind of stationary and not that cool. And this build can just like speed through, you can just run through and play normally, don't have to play around Mystic Circles. So we're getting the Sustained War Cruiser here on the helm, giving you a 4x multiplier. Shroud of False Death is insane on the Spiritborn, giving you 1 to all the passives. And basically, since we have all the tags in the game on Touch of Death, Shroud of the False Death is going to give us like so much damage here. And then we are rocking the Harmony of Ebevaka. Again, we need this for the skill tag. This is also a Chaos Armor, and it's also giving us triple damage here, like 3 times 50%. It's giving us 2.5x damage on Ebevaka. Then we are rocking Banished Lord's Talisman, and then here, very, very important, when we are playing the Rod of Kepeleke, we need to make sure that we have 275 resources, and this is needed for these orange hit numbers here that we'll see all the time. And this only works, you see 14 trillion, 15 trillion, this is like blasting down these packs. And every of these orange numbers, it means we're gonna overpower with every hit. And for that, it is super important in the end that we have 275 resources to get the perma OP. We achieve this by using Elixir of Resourcefulness. We get extra resources on the Amulet. We get extra resources from the Paragons, which we'll talk about later. And we'll get a ton of resources here from the Rod of Kepeleke itself, giving us even more resources. And that all should give you 275. And then you spend all this 275 resources to get more DPS from Rod of Kepeleke. They buffed this, it's like 0.9% now. And you're also guaranteeing your overpower proc. So every time you spend 275 resources, then you generate it again with a Beast Corner. This is like a super crazy Chaos perk. It gives you more damage the more life is missing, but it also restores 30% of the resource that you've spent. And we have spent all the resources, and then we're combining this with some resource generation on Shroud of False Death and some other sources to get all of our resources back every hit. So you can see here, when we play, our resources doesn't even move. Like it basically just goes empty, goes full, goes empty, goes full. Every hit we do, it goes down, up, down, up. You don't even see it most of the time here because it's just so fast. It like spends goes up like all the time. And this is like responsible for this a crazy amount of damage that we get here from this combination. You can also play a non-red variant without Banished Lords. Then you would play the Sepan Sontag. Because this is also giving you a 2.5x multiplier. This also works, especially early on when you don't have the 275 resource breakpoint. Then you can play Sepan Sontag. That's also a possibility if you don't have that good gear yet. So keep that in mind. And that's also like actually pretty close to the damage. Like this dummy number here, that's a non-overpower hit that I've done here. And keep in mind, like all this is going to get doubled anyways because it's like buffed like crazy. That's basically how it looks like. Then we are rocking the instable aspect here. We extend the duration of the Touch of the Swarm, and this is going to give you another double damage and then another 700x when the Swarm hatches. We're rocking adaptability here, also scaling with our maximum resources. So we have a double scaling, we scale with Kepeleke, and we scale with adaptability. So it's also worth it to go even beyond 275 resources. Then we're rocking Starless Sky. Whenever we have resource cost reduction, we are also getting a damage multiplier thanks to the Rod of Kepeleke and how it works. That's also the reason why we play Crazed Brew here, which gives us even more attack speed and even more resource cost reduction, giving us a 75x multiplier whenever we drink a health potion. So that's going to be pretty wild. Merit Guard to stay like low life and also get more barrier, combination with Beast. And then we have the Alacrity here, giving us another 30% attack speed. This build's all about attack speed. The faster you attack, the more Jaguar you proc, the more swarms will hatch, because you basically place them faster for them to hatch to create this tremendous explosion. And then we are rocking the Redirected Force here, because we're also critting. And this one gives us 1.7x and even double when we block. And we block all the time, thanks to our Armor Tide, which cooldown we reduce with the Prodigy's tempo aspect, because we get a ton of Touch of Death ranks, and this reduces the cooldown for all of our skills, and it's gonna make everything spammable, like you can see in this video here. Like basically every skill you see here, the skills, like we can pretty much spam them like pretty frequently, and this allows us to, you see the crazy resets, and that allows us to keep all these buffs up permanently, so that's gonna be pretty wild. We're rocking Ahu Q for Barrier. We use Barrier because Viscous Shield got a buff, And Viscous Shield gives us 2% multiplicative damage for every 1%, for every 3% life we have in Barrier. This is going to end up giving us a 66% multiplier once we have a full Barrier. So the Q rune is super important. And then we are rocking Pock Quacks. Quacks is, at least as of the PTR, still double dipping with Jaguar, giving us 4 times the damage. And since we are generating basically infinite resources thanks to the Beast Cornered, we'll be able to keep this up all the time and get, well, not all the time, but we are gonna like have no resource problems. And as soon as we generate enough offering, because we're gonna spend all the resources in every hit, and we're gonna proc Quacks like very, very frequently. If you're struggling against the boss, you can also switch Pock and Ahu, so you get more Barrier at the boss. However, I really like Quacks rune because it's double dipping as far as we know, and it's still super crazy. Then we're rocking Resourcefulness, we're rocking more Dex, more Armor, more Resistances, and then this is the Jaguar Hall here. And the Eagle Hall, they did change the Eagle Hall to be a 1.2x multiplier, being completely crazy as well here. So that's going to be very, very strong. And this also gives us an Eagle tag. So when we play this variant here with the Jaguar, I recommend playing with Eagle. This also gives us some nice bonuses here overall throughout the board. And this is how the skill tree looks. So just 2 points to unlock. We don't need any of the core skills. We just take multipliers for basic skills. We take multipliers for core skills because our Touch of Death has all these tags like explained earlier. We need 1 in Vortex to basically pull in the enemies. We take all the multipliers. We take Ravager here, giving us also more resources back. This also is needed in combination with Beast Cornered, in combination with Shroud of False Death. This is going to generate all our resources every hit because we get another 1.3x. If you feel like you don't have enough resources, you can also put more points into Vigorous until you reach 100% resource generation. Then we rock Armored Hide, we rock Scourge here. This is also even more resources. You can also like skip this point if you already have enough. However, I really recommend it. Then we're rocking Nourishment here because our Touch of Death baseline is applying a dot that then hatches into a big crit and a big overpower. So big multiplier. We have the Eagle tags. We have the Vehemence giving us potency tags. We have the Jaguar tags. We have the Ravenous and the Oppressive multipliers. And then we have Touch of Death, obviously, here with Poised Touch of Death. And then all the multipliers here in the Ultimate section. Plus the Hunter. 1 rank is fine because we reduce the cooldown of all of our skills with Prodigies. And then there is a second version here. This one basically plays Ape instead of Hunter. We haven't tested this. This should be better on paper. And my highest hit here was with the Ape. Because the Ape is reworked to give a 1.3 multiplier and a 30% damage reduction. However, like we talked about earlier on the PTR, it was bugged and we couldn't test this. But this also means that you then take the Gorilla Hall and you take the Kesuguni, the new Chaos Unique, that gives us crazy Gorilla ranks and gives you another 1.6 whenever you use the Gorilla. So the Apes are going to be strong together in this one. We already like looked at all the memes, and I think I'm gonna make a dedicated like Ape build with Payback, which is also, you know, this tier list is work in progress, but it's also another top contender, and that could be very strong next to the Touch of Death. The Touch of Death was just the best build on the PTR, and they did actually buff it quite a bit. Like here, it's about like double damage for Touch of Death, but other builds like Payback got like almost 4 times the damage. So we'll see what exactly how things are gonna shake up. I'm also going to probably make a Payback build, but this is Touch of Death, and this is extremely powerful. And last but not least, we're going to talk about Paragon here. We need attack speed, and we play Subo, obviously, Mappack, with another 1.25x multiplier. And then on the Paragon board, we have Spirit in the starter board. We have Sapping, which is now buffed to 60x%. We are rocking Revenge. This is really important. We're dealing Thorns with our passives here that we get from the Shroud of False Death. Here Bastion gives us Thorns and we get a rank in it thanks to Shroud of False Death. And this is very important to have the Sapping board in because it gives a multiplier to this Eager Prey node, which gives us more resources. So this aid is multiplied by 218% for some crazy resources which we need to reach our 275 breakpoint if we want to play with Banished Lord's Talisman to get the perma overpower, the perma orange numbers. So it's very important. Revenge in Sapping. Then we're rocking Viscous Shield. This one also got buffed. We have the Barrier from the Q rune. And also from the Chaos perks here, we get the Barrier. From Merit Guard, we get 100% increased barrier generation. And then we just rock the Q rune, and this is going to give us like 100% of our life in barrier, and it's also going to help a lot with toughness. Then we're rocking Kenny here because we're doing non-physical damage. Our damage, in fact, is poison, so that's going to be pretty good. If you still need barrier and you have high Paragon, you can spec into this. But early on, I think in the 200 version, we don't even have this barrier because we don't have enough points. So this is very important to like basically get all the freshly buffed Paragon legendary nodes. Then we are rocking Bane. Again, Touch of Death is base poison. So this poison damage has a chance to be doubled. That's why we also sometimes see this crazy hits for like 60, 100 trillion. Like when we actually get lucky and we get the doubling of the poison effects. We rock Convergence. This was also freshly buffed to be a 1.6 multiplier. And last but not least, we're rocking Colossal here. This one used to double dip. We don't know if it's still going to double dip, but we get more damage per resolve stacks that we have. And if we especially play the Gorilla version, we get even more resolve stacks from playing Gorilla here, 2 extra resolve stacks. And that's going to be pretty strong. And last but not least, then we have the Revealing Board. This one also got buffed. So you see a lot of buffs in this. By the end, guys, we will see which Spiritborn build comes out ahead. But one thing is for sure, basically all the Spiritborn builds got buffed like crazy, and they were already strong, clearing in the 120 on the PTR and hitting for tens and sometimes even hundreds of trillions. I'm going to show you here my full pit 118 clear. Keep in mind there are some bugs here that weren't like working properly with the ape, and it's going to be much stronger than what you see here. But I'm also going to hover like over my exact gear that I had here at the end, and also basically going to show you here like the boss fight and how we take down like the bosses here. It also has like some pretty insane single target damage here, even on a pit 118. I hope you enjoy, guys, and yeah, let's rock. Spiritborn is going to be OP. Next is going to be coming an ape build. Let's go. Take care. We are the Todd. You're right. This is the Todd Spiritborn. Touch of Death. We shall be blasting some of these guys. 120, man. Yeah, already hitting for like trillions. That guy's doomed. Hope we don't get many more DR guys. Alright, this is like pure orange numbers, boys. Okay, hatch that swarm over there. Get them all. Man, these sneaky snakes, they don't like to stay in. DPS is insane on this. In the middle, they all get blasted. They still don't like to come around. But I'm also a lot more tanky now. I feel. 20 trillion. Yeah, I'm missing a one size temper on the amulet. I think that it could be like a lot easier to pull them in and keep them together. 20 trillion. Sayonara. Yeah, it's going pretty smooth. I think I just go from pack to pack. I don't even need to make big pulls without the size. Like DPS should be like insane enough to just kill them where they are, pretty much. Yeah, numbers on this are pretty wild, actually. 20 trillion. Bam. They just melt. These dudes are pretty loud. $30 trillion. Okay, they just get completely melted, man. You can kill the pack in like 10 seconds on this tier. And this is already like a pretty insane tier. Oh, I thought it was that. Not quite know our power yet. Don't you dare run away. Okay, let's pull them all. I also gotta pick up the healing potions because they give me more damage. After the pack is dead, I gotta remember to pick it. Okay, I mean, if we're gonna kill them, then we might as well get them here, right? I was never a big fan of those damage resistance, man. They just take too long. But it's blasting, bro. Okay, of course he... How the fuck would he leave? That was a bit unlucky. Now we're looking to blast some damage. $20 trillion. I can walk a bit. I mean, the poison should make them very angry and follow me. Don't dare leave me. Get over here. Oh man, they melted. Dude, that pack died in 10 seconds. Probably even less. The fresh pack. It just came in and got melted. Okay, maybe I can outrun it. No, I can't. Now he's gonna be sneaky about it. I got him. I mean, it's small AoE build, right? Like, this is like for high up. This is for boss killing as well. Like, this is just melting all the bosses instantly. Very smooth. Hit them for big number, 25 trillion. That's pretty comfortable, I would say. Looks like we're running somewhat into a dead end here. Oh, this is a bad pull. I didn't see there was another DR dude down here. That one is kind of killing the pull. It's crit focus, but also the white numbers from the hall are still doing stuff. I mean, it's no longer double dipping, but it's still good, you know? Like, we're not using any circles or some of this bullshit. Remember when everybody was playing the Mystic Circle? Like, we don't have that. But look at the 14, 15 trillion. Like, it's going, man. It's going really good in terms of DPS. Yeah, I might almost spawn here, actually. If that guy's gonna come in, he's gonna wait for an extra invitation. Trying to keep it together, boys. Boom! Oh, did you see the damage? The 20 trillion hitting in. Might not be quite enough. We go next. It's okay. I think the boss is pretty much gonna melt. We gonna get him. The swarm needs to hatch and BAM! Yeah, I play a lot of Bash Bar, but it's bad this season. Like, Barb in general right now isn't in a good spot. There's only Mighty Throw, really. All the other builds are pretty meh. Okay, boss spawn. I only have one potion. Oh my god, Blood Bishop. Yeah, I think we're gonna melt him, but this boss is very annoying. The hits are really good. Like, he's actually going down very fast. I don't know if I have to dodge anything here. I definitely don't have any health potions. So we go hard or we go home, boys. This is it. 13 trillion in his face. 20 trillion, 30 trillion. Many, many hits. I feel so much tankier since I switched to Armor Tide. Like, it's really good. This build's gonna be even stronger because right now the Gorilla is bugged. Like, you can play this with Gorilla. I think it's gonna be even crazier. Big damage now. Big rotation. Probably do another one as soon as he's injured. Yeah, this build's gonna do 120, like, I think very comfortably already. He's gonna melt even faster now. Okay, big rotation now. Big oh, Lilith. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can tank that, so might as well chill for a sec when she's there. Yeah, it broke my shield, but it also gives me more damage. The less life you have, the more damage thanks to your powers. Yeah, boom. That's like 10-minute clear or something. Pretty chill. And it's gonna do like 120 plus for sure. So this is the Touch of Death, Spiritborn. We're rocking the Chaos perk here with less life, big damage. And this is so good because it also restores our resources. That basically means we spend all our resource and generate it every hit. Like, it's actually crazy. And that's how we do like orange number all the time with the Banished Lord and the Kepelecke. This is like the old meta, but now we actually play it with the Touch of Death. So Beast Cornered, Crazed Brew, you drink the potion, you get more damage with Kepelecke, Merit Guard for low life, and Alacrity for attack speed. And then we pretty much have the Sustained Walk Force. So this one gives us our focus skills. Whenever we use them, it gives potency skills 4x damage with POC Q, Shard of False Death, Banished Lord's Talisman. Again, you need to have 275 resources. That's why I'm playing resources on the amulet, so 275. So in one hit, you spend it all with Kepelecke, and then you overpower every hit. Very easy. And then here's the Kepelecke. Like, just need to have the right rolls to get 275. If you have a GA on amulet, you can just triple masterwork the core skills. Then we have the Harmony of Ebevaka. This one gives our Touch of Death the potency, basic, core, centipede, jaguar, and eagle tag. Like, this one has all the tags in the game, man. And Ebevaka also got a bit of juice, so that's pretty cool. Then we are playing the Polearm here, where our swarms burst. Only one GA here as well. And then, yeah, we just have like a bunch of rings here. Redirected Force, Adaptability. You can play Starless Sky. You can play Moonrise. Like, I was like switching Moonrise, Starless Sky. But I kind of like Starless Sky more because attack speed is key in this build, man. You just attack fast, and then you just trigger the Jaguar Horn as well. And Eagle is also giving you the tag, thanks to Ebevaka, and giving you 20x to Vulnerable. That's really good. And then, yeah, skill tree just looks like this, basically. Like, you just take all the multipliers, right? Take all the multipliers, make it into a core skill here. 70 Vigor, doesn't matter. Prodigy's Tempo is the ultimate. And then Paragons. They're also pretty solid here. Spirit in the starter board. A Sapping. A Revenge. We have a Kenny with a Viscous Shield. We are rocking Bane. Because obviously, like, baseline is poison damage. And we have Convergence here with Colossal. Because we also have Gorilla skills. And Revealing. Actually, Colossal, I think long term we could even switch to Headhunter or something, because we don't have the Gorilla tag right now, but we're still getting the Resolve stacks. And the Resolve stacks times, the 2%. That's already like 16x or something. And then we also get another 12x here. I could probably like skill out like all this main stat here from it, because we won't be needing it. And get this into some other good skills. Get this some additive. Like we can get some crit DMG here. We can get some armor. We can get additive. Like all this kind of stuff basically. Like just going for damage basically, or going for Headhunter here, getting more decks. But yeah, that's the build, my friends. This is one of the S-tier builds, I think, next season. It's pretty insane. Let's go, man. Touch of Death, LFG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.